Wake up, boys, there's a light at the window. I can hear someone knocking on the door. There are voices in the street and the sound of running feet, and they whisper the word revolution.
Can I help you?
Yeah, the senator's office?
Yes, Senator Michael Bennett's office. Can I help you?
Yeah, on the Second Amendment issue, we have, it's an inalienable, God-given right. Nobody has any right, not the feds. We don't have any right making arms treaties. We don't have any right to tell anybody anything about it until you enter into weapons of mass destruction or whatever. Okay, then it kind of exceeds Second Amendment, what we call Second Amendment. It was only wrote into the Constitution so you wouldn't mess with it. And now everybody's considering messing with it. You're going to kick off a war. That's what you're going to do. Alright, and that's the way we all feel about it.
Alright, sir. Thank you for calling. I'll make sure to pass it along to the senator.
I hope so.
State?
No, we're telling you that when Colorado has a problem, we're coming over to help your citizens.
Okay. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. On the Second Amendment thing that's going to go on tomorrow, on your gun laws that they're supposed to vote on tomorrow, okay, the federal government has absolutely no right. It was written into the Constitution in the Second Amendment. Infringed means don't mess with it. Don't make a law that you don't have to obey yourself. Okay, it's a big word, and it has a lot of meaning. It's like, don't do it. All right, now what people are doing is terrible. The arms treaty that they're even trying to do in the UN is wrong. The only time you have a right to get into that is when you get weapons of mass destruction. Okay, nobody has the right to tell anybody whether they need a Bushmaster or 15 pit bulls to feel safe. That's all a Second Amendment right. And it needs to stop because the feds have absolutely no jurisdiction over it. It's a state people issue, if anything. Alright? And I just wanted you guys to know that, and I'll tell you, we're rallying behind any filibuster that they do. Them guys are all going to get reelected.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for calling today. I'll pass your message along to the senator.
Thank you.
Yep, have a great day.
Bye. How you doing today, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Alright. Hey, look, I'm just making a quick call to let you know that we're behind you guys. Like, everybody is watching yous and all on this, on these gun deals. And position of the people and the Constitution is the federal government's got absolutely no business in this or making an arms treaty. It's an inherent, God-given, virtuous right given to the people of the whole world. We only wrote it into our Constitution so that you wouldn't do what they're trying to do. And I hope I see Senator Blunt there when they have the filibuster. We'll be jumping up and down and yeah, there he is. All right. So y'all take care, and thanks for doing what's right.
Yeah, no problem, sir. Thanks for calling.
You're welcome. We're just calling them one by one.
Hello, you've reached the Washington, D.C. office of U.S. Senator John Boozman. If you've reached this message during normal business hours, we are either out of the office or on the other line. Our regular office hours...
Okay, Senator Boozman, Second Amendment belongs to the whole world. It's a God-given, inalienable right. We don't have any business making any arms treaties. The feds have absolutely no right to talk about anything. If anything, you need to repeal the couple thousand laws you already have and, be done with it. You guys can't even control the borders, and now you're trying to control the people. You can't control Afghanistan, but you're going to sit here and mess with the U.S. We are absolutely fine. Leave us alone, please. Thanks for giving me your recording machine.
Thank you for calling my office. If you'd like to leave a comment about an issue, please press 1. If you need general information about our office, thanks so much for taking the time to share your thoughts, which are very important to me. This message box is checked regularly, so you can be sure that your opinion will be heard. Please leave your comment after the tone. Thanks again for calling.
Yeah. Not that I think you really do have your little communist butt listening to this, but you got no right. The Second Amendment is clear. Infringed. When you define it, it goes to trespass. Don't make laws. You don't have to obey yourself. If anything, it's a state issue. It's a God-given right to the whole world. You don't have no right to interfere in nothing until it enters into weapons of mass destruction. End of story, lady. All right? We're watching you. We see what you're doing. And come next election, we're going to be watching for the fraud, too, because we know you're elected by fraud, and you really don't care, and you got a whole commie agenda. All right? So we're going to find out who's committing the fraud, and we're going to have them dealt with legally. Tried. Okay. Now, we're just going to scramble down here, and I'm going to cut this short. We're going to call Senator Tim Johnson's office. Okay. Senator Johnson's Johnson. All right. We're just going to get this guy, and we're going to do Senator.
Senator Tim Johnson's office.
Hi, I'm gonna just go real quick because I know you people are busy today. As for gun issues, the feds have no right. The Second Amendment's clear. It says do not infringe. That means don't make any law. You don't have to obey yourself. And then the 10th Amendment says that anything wasn't given to the feds is given to the state. Then you got Amendment 9, which is the enumerated powers. So any thought of this is all wrong. And if the Democratic Party's got any hope of holding that seat in the next election, you better stand up and do what's right in the Constitution. We don't have any business telling anybody in Korea what they want to have to defend themselves until it enters into weapons of mass destruction. That's just the way everybody feels that I talk to. Or maybe you guys got a different circle of friends. I don't know.
Well, I've been hearing from a lot of people, with a similar viewpoint to yours, and I'll be sure to pass it along to Senator Johnson.
I do. I hope so, because he went in there. He was such he was so on it, and we're really getting depressed seeing the way he's voting. So anyway, you have a great day, ma'am. I didn't mean to depress you, but even discussion this and other Fed. They don't even control the borders right, and now they're sitting there telling what people in states should do. It's just heartbreaking. Anyway, I didn't call you to give you a lecture. I just wanted you to know how we felt.
Okay, well, I'm glad you called to give us your 2 cents, and I'll be sure to pass it along.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks. Take care.
You're welcome. Now we're going to go on to... I love calling Senator Thinn's office. These people are so nice.
Senator Thinn's office, please hold.
Sure. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I just want you to know we were proud when we saw Senator Thune do the filibuster with Ron Paul on our rights. Okay? We were really proud. I was really proud that he was my senator. And I'm just calling to really voice an opinion, not give you any kind of lecture, because I know Senator Thune is going to do the right thing anyway. But the Second Amendment is a God-given, inalienable right. It belongs to the whole world. We just have it written in so that it would never be messed with. And the clowns that Senator Thune is subjected to be with, that we put him there, I'm sorry, but he seemed like the greatest guy for the job. All right? Have no right to even consider anything. The 2,000 gun laws they have are illegal. Until you enter into weapons of mass destruction or something like that, then that's a totally different category. And the arms treaty, we have no right to dictate to any country what they feel they need to be safe. And I know Senator Thune kind of votes that way, and I didn't call you to give a lecture, but I know that you got 6 zillion lobbyists that are going to call you and say something different.
Okay. Can I get your name?
You sure can, ma'am.
Okay. We'll have all your comments down. I will definitely have some work for you.
Thank you, ma'am. And, please don't think I'm picking at the senator. I think everything he does is great.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in, sir, and have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up there. There's 12 minutes of how to talk to senators. Even though you know what, I really want to call this Toomey guy because I heard that he's putting through a thing on how to on seeing a shrink. So we're just going to call him too while I'm on the phone.
We are unavailable to take your call right now, but if you leave your name, contact information, and a brief message, we'll follow up as soon as possible. You can also find us online at toomey.senate.gov. Thank you.
You're welcome. You don't have to call me back, Senator, but there's some news came through that said you were backing some kind of bill for shrinks to decide who's nuts. We have due process, and you know that, Senator, and I always thought you were in our corner. The Second Amendment is only wrote into the Constitution so you won't mess with it. The word infringed means don't make a law you don't have to obey. All right? Our arms treaty that the UN's trying to make, all of this is wrong, should not even be considered. We have no right to dictate to anybody what they should or shouldn't have to defend themselves and feel safe. That comes under the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness thing, you know? I know you know the Constitution. All right, but until you enter into weapons of mass destruction that can just cause genocide, you have no right. We just got no right to dictate to anybody, Senator. Have a great day.
There are men coming down from the valleys. There are tall ships lying off the coast, and they carry the light in the dark of the night, like a whisper in